Hello everyone, and welcome to the February 4th, 2018 edition of the Astrology News Report. I'm your intrepid host, Ron Berger. In this segment, we'll take a look at the upcoming planetary patterns and predictions, what's on the celestial agenda for the month of February 2018. But before beginning, a little reminder to viewers to please help out covering the costs of keeping this weekly report going. Just click on the link at the end of the video to make your donation. Thanks. Only the faster moving planets change position in the sidereal zodiac in February: Venus, Mercury, the Sun. And they are all gonna wind up in Aquarius, the sign of the social revolutionary, where they will join Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusions. First to move into Aquarius is Venus, one of the so-called natural benefic planets. Venus enters Aquarius on Monday, February 5th. The planet of harmony, agreement, and guidance will be in the sign of the humanitarian and group actions for 3 weeks until March 1st. As the planet of value and advice, Venus in Aquarius puts a special emphasis on the Aquarian social idealism. By being in Aquarius, Venus will team up with Neptune, the planet of fantasy. Neptune's dreams and imagination fire up the social idealism of Venus in Aquarius. But there's also the danger of the downside of Neptune, confusion and delusion, which can take over if the idealism gets distorted. The exact conjunction of Venus and Neptune will be more towards the end of the month, on February 21st. A week after Venus enters Aquarius, Mercury enters Aquarius on February 14th. The planet of rational thinking usually does well in Aquarius, a sign that loves acquiring and holding knowledge. Mercury, as the planet of communication and discussion, fits well with the Aquarius desire for idealistic group goals. But as Mercury gets further into Aquarius, it encounters its nemesis, Neptune, the planet of fantasy and the irrational, which tends to distort Mercury's rational approach. Neptune's mystical, ungrounded energy dissolves Mercury's linear reasoning. Rational discussion becomes much harder to achieve. Factual reporting gets distorted by delusional visions. On the other hand, this combination can be good for imaginative thinking, for creativity. The exact conjunction is on February 25th. Just a day after Mercury enters Aquarius, in the middle of the month, there will be a new moon on Thursday, February 15th. This new moon will be at 3 degrees Aquarius and closely conjunct Mercury, which means that the coming lunar month will be full of ideas, reasons, and explanations typical of the planet of the intellect, along with the social concerns typical of the sign Aquarius. This is also a good combination for the media, another signification of Mercury. The new moon initiates the Hindu lunar month Phalguna, named for the nakshatra of the full moon, Purva Phalguni, which will be on March 1st at 17 degrees Leo. Note that Neptune comes into the picture once again. The full moon will be directly opposite, and therefore influenced by the planet of ideals, fantasy, and delusion. Another notable side note is that the February 15th new moon marks the beginning of the Chinese New Year. Actually, at the time of the new moon, it will be February 16th in China, so the official date of the Chinese New Year is the 16th. In the Chinese animal astrology, this is the year of the Earth Dog. The dog has the characteristics of intelligence and protection. The dog is noted for being loyal, but the dog is also suspicious, sensitive to criticism, and worries a lot. Dogs are given to loud barking when any potential enemy approaches. With the dog, there's a strong desire to hold back, to use bluster rather than take action. When action is required, the dog prefers to be in a dog pack. In other words, with comrades rather than solo. Anyway, these are some things to keep in mind regarding the quality of the coming Chinese Lunar Year. Turns out that Donald Trump was also born in the year of the dog, but he's a fire dog. According to traditional Chinese astrology, the repeat of your birth year is not so good for you. So, dog-born people won't do so well this dog year. Getting back to the planets in Aquarius, we see that there is an interesting astrological pattern. 3 of the major planets, Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn, are in zodiacal positions where their special aspects will all land on Aquarius. Mars, the planet of aggression and conflict, is throwing its full-force square aspect into Aquarius from where it is transiting in Scorpio. Remember that Mars rules Scorpio, and a planet in its own sign is strong. The Mars square, in any case, is no joking matter. It causes challenges, difficulties, and disruption. And this Mars square will add stress to the Venus-Neptune conjunction later in the month, making that combination even more prone to problems. From its position in Libra, Jupiter is sending its Trine aspect into Aquarius. This is a benign aspect, a positive energy pattern that promotes and encourages whatever it influences. But Jupiter is not so strong in Libra, and in February it is at the end of the sign, where it is weaker for results. Jupiter's trine aspect will have more effect when it is exact, which happens when planets are leaving Aquarius, such as Venus, at the end of February. Saturn sends a full-force aspect to the 3rd sign and house ahead of itself. From its position in Sagittarius, Saturn's limiting, restrictive energy influences the Aquarius planets in February. Actually, this isn't quite as bad as it sounds, because Aquarius is one of Saturn's own signs. As my guru would say, Saturn does not throw bomb into his own house. But still, due to its intrinsic nature, Saturn will to some degree restrain and pressure the planets congregating in Aquarius this month. In your own chart, locate the house containing Aquarius. The affairs of this part of your life will have more emphasis during February. For instance, in the Vedic astrology chart of the USA, Aquarius is the 3rd house and contains the natal moon. The 3rd house in a country's chart signifies communications, the media, trade, and transportation within the country. The natal moon in a country's chart represents the public, the masses, and the public's thinking. So, lots of different influences on public opinion this month. And now, before leaving you, my little pitch for donations. If you appreciate what this YouTube channel does for you, please help support this work by visiting the donation page and making a contribution. Just click on or touch the donation card you see here. Thanks, and until next week.